Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. You take a look at Los Angeles, and this is a dangerous team, there's no doubt about it, with the Western Conference's fourth best record.
And right now for the Clippers, it looks at this point like they will not enjoy home court advantage in the postseason. That was a spot that a lot of people had them penciled into at one point.
Well, regardless of whatever spot they have, I look for them to be as dangerous as ever in the postseason.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the floor for Boston, Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Jared Sullinger is out there with Johnson. And it's Crowder in at the three. And for Sullinger last season, further indication, Clark, that he needs to keep working on his conditioning.
And that was a concern coming into the league with Jared, is just how committed would he be to working on his body all the time and maintaining the level of conditioning that he needs. And injuries have been a part of that not being the case, but when he's out there, he's capable.
Now here's Thomas. He's coming off a 25-point game against Atlanta. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Bradley against Crawford. Pass to Mbah-a-Moute. On the wing, Jamal Crawford lets it go with a three. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game. 2 for 1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Johnson against Griffin. Johnson kicks to Crowder. From outside the arc, it's hauled in by the Clippers. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
And really, had they just shot their average from the free throw line in that game, I think that probably changes the outcome.
No doubt. I mean, because there is a carryover effect when you're not having success at the line.
Just 5 to shoot. There's Crawford with the three. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Such a height mismatch out on the perimeter, and they give up the triple.
And Blake Griffin grew up playing the game alongside his older brother. His dad was his coach, and he credits his brother for inspiring him to... Well, talking about taking the right course, we know that the older brother of Blake Griffin, 3 years older, you know, he played, as did Blake, for their dad Tommy in high school, and they were terrific high school players and 4-time state champions.
I mean, it always helps to have a big brother who's kind of been there and done that and can share those experiences with you. It doesn't hurt to have a dad also who's a pro player either, and also a college coach.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
I just don't know that you're going to see a better quarter defensively than what we saw in the first.
Really a big part of why they're on top here. The defense has been on point.
On the court right now for the Celtics, Isaiah Thomas out there is Smart. Then it's Evan Turner.
And Evan Turner is one of those guys, he just gives you a little bit of everything. I mean, he can play multiple positions, handles the ball, he can pass it, shoot it. Kind of a Swiss Army jackknife who uses multiple tools to his advantage.
It's Crawford on the wing. 32 points for him last game against the Trailblazers in Portland.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range. Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Well, Greg, for Evan Turner, the one area where he can still develop in a big way is with the jump shot. Clark, 28% from 3 last season. Really is not going to make it.
Yeah, that's been the one stain on his game, the lack of that deep shooting ability, but everything else he can do. He can handle, he passes, he rebounds, but to be an elite player, he's got to be able to knock down that 3-ball better.
The feed to Crawford. Passes it to Mbah-a-Moute. Paul dishes to Jordan. And he takes that one up
and the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year.
Attention was squarely on him in that first half, yet he's still able to be the most effective player on the floor.
But for him, Greg, it's nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, we don't expect anything less, and I'd bet he has even more in store for us during the stretch run.
Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Paul and Crawford pair up at the 1 and 2. And it's Mbamute in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
And you see the way Blake Griffin plays. He is a force. Very hard to contain him when he gets in close just due to his strength and activity.
Sullinger the screen. Johnson against Griffin. Here's Crowder. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Clippers leading by 7. Crawford with the ball. Now guarded by Bradley. And Mbamute kicks to Griffin. And good. And for Griffin in his passing, often you'll see him set up teammates, Greg, for easy looks and dunks.
And with the amount of times that teams have to double team Griffin, that's huge. I mean, even when he's not scoring due to defenses focusing on him, he can still impact the game with his passing.
Really nice dime dropping there. Playmaking ability is exactly what you get from Isaiah Thomas.
90 seconds now into the second half. Here's Paul. It's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Some changes for Boston. Turner comes in for Amir Johnson. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. And Griffin sends it back. And Mbamute against Sullinger. Here's Crawford. 9 points in the game so far. Picked by Griffin. Got it off in time. Off. Clippers leading by 8. On the floor for Boston. Bradley and Turner filling out the perimeter. Johnson is out there with Jared Sullinger. And it's Smart in at the point. Crawford's shot is good.
Another gap in the defense found there.
Keep pounding it down low.
Thomas checked in for Smart. Here's Turner. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Crawford with the ball. On the high post. Bounces high off the rim and drops. .129 left in the fourth quarter. Now here's Thomas. And the layup is good.
I love the advantage he has from a speed standpoint. Does a great job of creating separation for that shot.
And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne. And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive.
And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That is his first foul of the game. Boston making a switch here. Crowder's checked in. Here's Bradley. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas.
Worked that one inside nicely.
This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
You're exactly right. I mean, take care of the ball, work the clock. It's a wrap.
Yep, nice game.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of surge. You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
And that's just a little more for these fans to cheer about as they get ready to celebrate a W.
Well, let the party start. the celebration begins, and they're going to let their guys hear it.
He dishes it to Johnson. And so he earns a trip to the... Crawford outside. He feeds it to Paul. From past the arc. No good. So the Clippers winning this one easily. Some good competition, but the hometown